Welcome, everyone. It's wonderful to have you here for this important day. If it's more comfortable, feel free to sit down, and also you may remain standing. Today, on Yom HaShoah, we solemnly remember the 6 million Jews and the millions of others who died at the hands of the Nazis during the Holocaust. On this day, we honor the memory of the millions of individuals, the mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, friends and neighbors, who lost their lives during a time of unparalleled inhumanity. We reaffirm our ongoing responsibility as individuals and as a school to live out the admonition, never forget, never again. And we commit ourselves to preserving the memories of those who lived through the horrors of the Shoah, so that their experiences are not forgotten. Shoah, you might know, is the Hebrew word for Holocaust, and it means calamity or catastrophe. We also honor those who survived the Holocaust, and we have a special friend of ASL here today. Many of them spared from death because of the righteous individuals who risked their lives to save Jews and other victims from Nazi persecution. The stories of these survivors and their protectors remind us to confront persecution wherever it arises, and that silence can be an accomplice to evil. Today and every day, we stand in solidarity with the Jewish community, both at home and around the world. And the symbol at ASL of our commitment to remembering the suffering the Jewish community has experienced is this beautiful chestnut tree that we gather around today. This is a very special tree because it is one of several shoots from the actual tree that was outside Anne Frank's annex as she was hiding from the Nazis during World War II. When you read the diary of a young girl, how many of you have read Anne Frank's diary? Yes, almost, I would say everybody here. You will read many references to the tree outside her hiding place. And we're so fortunate actually to have a part of Anne Frank's tree right here at ASL. One of the passages in her diary is that she looks out the window to a little blue sky. She sees a seagull going by, and she sees the horse chestnut tree. And this is a part of that actual tree. So I'm very proud and happy to introduce a very special friend of ASL on this day of remembrance. Eva Schloss, who lives right here in St. John's Wood, is a Holocaust survivor from Auschwitz. Also, she knew Anne Frank when she was a child. And when Eva's mother, after the war, Eva's mother married Anne's father, and so Eva became the stepsister of Anne Frank. As a matter of fact, there's a new book that's being written right now called Three Sisters, and it's Anne and her sister Margot and Eva. So that's something we can look forward to reading and having in our own library. I'd love to have Eva take a few minutes to talk about the tree and about her experience. And if you'd like to move a little closer, you might be easier to hear with the sounds in the background from the playground. So it's my honor to introduce, for those of you who haven't met her yet, Eva Schloss.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your nice words today and about why we are doing this. This is very important that we learn about what terrible things have happened in the past so that won't be repeated. That is why I spent all my life really after the Holocaust to talk. I've been many places in America, traveled around and taught children what was happening so that you remember. And it is up to you, the new generation, to try to keep the world safe and happy and not what is going on again now is really very, very sad. We have had enough of wars. We want to live in harmony and peace, give everybody a chance for a better life. This is a very special memorial. Many, many years ago, and when I was still traveling more, I went somewhere, I don't know where it was, where they had a special service about the memorial. You had to book in that you wanted to take part, and then you got about 200 or 300 names, which you went to this certain place, and you were reading out the names of those victims. And that went on for many, many days and nights. And this was really an event which I remember to this day, how moving it was, because we all had the names of those people who perished. 6 million, but as well 1.5 billion of children. And to tell you a little bit more about the tree, how it happens to be here in the American school. As I was related, I got a sibling of the tree, and I live very near here. We have a terrace, and I planted the tree in a pot, but the tree grew big, and I thought, oh, the terrace is going to collapse if the tree grows any bigger. So I was very friendly with Buck, who used to do the theater here, and I asked him if he would like the tree. I thought he had a big garden, a big yard, and he was very keen, of course, to have it. But then he decided nobody really can see it if it is in his yard. So he said, do you mind if I donate it to the American school? And I said, no, wonderful, then more and more children and people will see it. So this is what happened. The tree came to your school, and it was actually not really a garden yet, and the idea was to make a really lovely garden out of this place here, and where the children can come if they have some thoughts to think, to want to reflect about something, to come and sit here and have some peace and look at the tree. And the tree has developed beautifully because when it had to be cut down because it was old, they decided there were still many good branches which possibly could get seeding, and so they donated many, many. The same tree is as well in Washington at the Parliament Hill, and probably today, perhaps you can see it even on television. I'm sure it's going to be filmed, that there was a ceremony there today. So please look after this little garden and think about what this tree means. I hope you have a good time here, and thank you very much for attending.
Some of you may know that Eva is also a playwright, and she has written 3 plays. There's a brand new one, but 2 of them have been on the stage at ASL. And probably one of the most touching moments in my life and time at ASL was having Eva get up on the stage after the play about the Holocaust and answer questions from the audience. And it was so moving and so special and so unique. We have 2 students from the middle school who would like to say a few words. Reina and Layla.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. There's a lot of people here. I'm Layla and I'm in 6th grade, and here's what I would like to say. Today is Holocaust Memorial Day, a day to commemorate all those who were killed in camps or at the hands of the Nazis. My great-grandmother's family were some of them, as were many others who people in our community are related to. These people touched many in their lives, and I'm sure the world is missing something without them. I hope you all take this day to remember the terrible things that happened and help make sure that it never happens again. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Raina. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming today. I would like today, to commemorate the millions of Jews killed in World War II, we are listening to music composed by a Jewish artist who was killed in the hands of the Nazis in camps during World War II. Gideon Klein was a Jewish composer and musician. He was born on December 6, 1919, in Czechoslovakia, and from a young age was a prodigy in music. While he was in university in 1940, the Nazis invaded his home country and kept him from receiving higher education. Gideon tried hard to get his own compositions to be played, but since that was not allowed, he played as a pianist for a while. In 1941, he was sent to Terezin, a concentration camp. He was one of the major composers and gave concerts in secret. This camp was one of the only camps to allow any type of artistic expression, which was mostly in order to hide what their real intentions were. He was then sent to Auschwitz and then to a coal mining labor camp. Gideon Klein died in January of 1945 due to unknown reasons. But before he died, he passed his compositions to his girlfriend, who later passed them on to his sister, who got them published. And we are going to listen to them today. Thank you.
Before we finish today, we'd like, as a recognition of the importance and the seriousness of this occasion, to have a minute of silence together. So, a minute of silence, please. As we close this recognition ceremony today, I can't help but make sure that we understand the history of our standing here with Anne Frank's tree planted at ASL. Was it 2007, Buck, when you were in Nebraska? 2007? Around 2007, Buck Heron was at a drama festival in Nebraska, in the United States, and that's where he met Eva Schloss, who had brought her play that had been recognized as excellent to the drama festival. And Buck and Eva met and discovered they were the only two people at the conference in Nebraska from London. And that began the relationship of ASL and our drama department and our a special friend, Eva Schloss. So as we finish this particular recognition ceremony this year, we're a small enough group, and this is it's so special to have Eva with us, that we will play the music of the composer that we just learned about. And if you would please, you can look at the memorial of those family members who died in the Holocaust. And if you'd like to come up and say hello to Eva, this might be something, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So please, if you'd like to do that in silence, we'll listen to the music, look at the pictures, maybe get a chance to say hello to Eva, and we will conclude today's ceremony. So thank you so much.